I have been thinking about this particular word, and the word is courage. Because the Bible is full of that word. If you read through the Old Testament, New Testament, it's be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous. And then I went and found out how many times they have mentioned be strong and courageous. But what is the opposite? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And I found there were more times they had said, don't be afraid, than be strong and courageous. And the question is, how do you become strong? How do you become courageous? That has always been an intriguing thing for me. But I've also noticed that many of us, if not all of us, want to do God's will. It's given. We want to do God's will. We know what is right. We want to do what is right. But we don't have the courage to do it. Many. In fact, that's how it differentiates the Christian. Two kinds of Christian. Both they know the will of God, but only those who do the will of God, they do it because they had the courage. Now, it does not mean they did not have fear, but they had the courage to do it. The writer J.R.R. Tolkien, and he wrote the book The Lord of the Rings, and of course the movie Lord of the Rings. He said, courage is found in unlikely places. And of course he refers to the hobbits. Courage is found in unlikely places. And there is a character in the Bible, very unlikely person. Very unlikely person. You could probably guess it. And it is Gideon. The idea, whenever you hear of Gideon, it does not speak of someone who is very courageous. In fact, most of the time, he is fearful. Actually, when the angel of the Lord finds him, he's actually hiding from the Midianites. He was threshing wheat in a wine press. You don't thresh wheat in a wine press, but he was hiding from the Midianites. And when the angel of the Lord met with him, he also was afraid. And when he was asked to pull down the altar, Baal altar at his household, he was afraid. He didn't do it during the daytime. He did it during the night. And then later on, I have a feeling that he went and got all the 32,000 also out of fear. The more, the better. but God said, I only need 300. And the battle was set. The Midianites have gathered. And yet, he was still afraid. He said, if you're afraid, the Lord spoke to him, you go and listen to the guys who are talking in the tent, and you'll be encouraged. You'll be strengthened. And he goes and he listens of a dream that they had and how the entire Midianite army was given into the hands of Gideon. And he got encouraged, and then he went on to attack Midianites and actually succeed. And of course, he had to kill everybody because that's what the Lord had told him. And so he caught the kings of the Midianites, Zebah and Zamunah, and he wanted to kill them. But basically, he told the eldest son, rise up and kill them. And the son did not do that because he was afraid, because he was young. And then these two kings said, as the man is, so is his strength. As a man is, so is his strength. So Gideon himself rose up and killed the man. When I say courage, I don't mean that we don't have fear. In fact, very often we have fear. Very often they ask me, Dorai, when you go up to speak, are you nervous? Very much. He said, kidding? No. Every time. But we overcome it. We overcome it. What about exams? Yeah, fear of exams. And Malaysians grow up in that environment. I went to America, they have no fear of exams. But I see Malaysians, fear of exams. I purpose in my heart after my Form 6 that I will not fear. Because I remember watching a movie once, and there they said, the coward will die 1,000 times, the hero will only die once. And so I decided after my Form 6 that I will not have Oh, I will overcome fear. Not that I will not have fear. And then I found out something. Courage to succeed also means the courage to fail. It's a paradox. The courage to succeed is also the courage to fail. Now, the nature of paradoxes is this, that while they appear to be contradictory, but they conceal a truth. And what is the truth here? They try. They try. Because the fear of failure stops you from trying. You know, I entered university with that thought that if I fail, so what? Failure doesn't define me. And a very strange thing happened. And I want to tell you, I was not a Christian, but God works in your life, even though you do not know it. Just as Jacob, when he was at Bethel, he said, I didn't know that this was the house of God. I was not aware of it. God works in our lives, even though at that point of time, we are not aware of it. And this is what came to me, that it is okay to fail. As I entered university, and I wanted to listen very carefully, because not only it changed my life, but it changed the lives of my students later when I taught them. And it was this, and I want to tell you, this is amazing. The courage to succeed also means the courage to fail. And you know, amazingly, I did extremely well in all the semesters and in all the subjects. And I couldn't explain it. And so when I became a lecturer, the students, one of the things they asked, oh, we are afraid to fail. I said, it's okay to fail. Their jaws dropped. It's okay to fail. And then I found that when you can embrace that fact that it's okay to fail, you actually succeed.